Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is your boy, the V-Side, the Bengal Dragon. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons, as all your support really helps this channel grow through the YouTube algorithms. Right, now, I know this video, if you've seen the title, it's been a long time coming, and I'm maybe a year or so a bit too late, but I just recently saw the last Paramount Plus special of South Park. Okay, and not that this might surprise you if you followed my content on YouTube, but I am a huge South Park fan. Okay, I honestly feel that in terms of comedy, South Park is the greatest animated comedy show of all time by a long shot. Like, no other show actually even comes close to South Park, even in their prime. I'm talking about The Simpsons, I'm talking about Family Guy, and yes, when Family Guy was good, I used to love Family Guy as well. You know, I think the Star Wars specials were some of the greatest things Family Guy has done. Okay, Simpsons as well, when they were good, I love the good classic Simpsons, but South Park, it actually exceeds all of them by such a long shot that, like, people like Seth MacFarlane, people like, Sam Simon, Han Kazarian, you name it. They, like, if they have to, like, get back into properly writing comedy and making their animated shows good, they have to actually take lessons from Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Okay? It is where, the younger generation has completely, and this is not a matter of respect or disrespect or nothing like that. No, no, the matter of those are just decorative semantics. Okay, the fact of the matter is that the younger generation has obliterated, not outgrown, obliterated everything the older generation has done in terms of quality. But I have seen the South Park specials. Okay, and I'm here to do just my quick thoughts on comparing the post-COVID 2 episodes to the Streaming Wars 2 episodes. Okay, I've seen them both, yeah, Paramount Plus, and I just today got done watching the Streaming Wars 2 episodes, and not that this might surprise you, because this is apparently the opinion of the majority of people who watch South Park, but I kind of didn't like the Streaming Wars, because I'm not saying it's bad, but it is definitely not Matt Stone and Trey Parker's best work, or not even close to their best work. Okay, yeah, I get the euphemisms. Okay, like Man Bear Pig being climate change, the Streaming Wars, being basically the saturation of different streaming options such as Netflix, Hulu, Disney, HBO, you name it. Everyone has a streaming service like Peacock, like you name it, Paramount, and they're taking constant digs at Paramount. To me, if you must know, what I personally found hilarious, the point where I actually like bursted out laughing was when I saw Naomi Osaka actually try and promote the supposed streaming service. Like, that was one of the last people I expected to see. But that aspect where, like, Matt Damon, Reese Witherspoon, Naomi Osaka, and you name it, like a lot of other celebrities sort of selling out, and yeah, a lot of people call this too, that yeah, they're selling out, like just like they promoted crypto and whatnot. So yeah, that was the funniest part I found. But other than that, the problem I feel was it was too euphemismy. There were too many innuendos and euphemisms, like a bit too much. And see, this is like when your brain is constantly trying to figure out what the hell just happened, or what's the deeper meaning to, like, this joke, then you, like, it stops being funny. This is something to ponder later on, not something to think about while you're watching the stream. Okay, like, like I've spent almost 10 years in human psychology, so like I've understood this to the point where I can tell you why artificial intelligence will take at least another 1,000 years to actually, like, try and mimic human intelligence. But anyways, the pacing and the structure of it all, like, this is what bothered me about streaming wars, where they tried to set up the whole thing in disguise of, supplying water and tying that to the global warming, and tying that to, like, how global warming is killing everyone, and how if we solve the problem, global warming will come back, but this time we have a chance to make things better and whatnot. I'm like, yo, man, I'm kind of done with this, like, because Matt Stone and Trey Parker, and yes, they acknowledge this, they take a lot of shots at Paramount Plus as well, I get it, but even Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they sort of say that, yeah, we got greedy and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. I mean, was it worth the watch? I mean, see, for the hard work Matt Stone and Trey Parker put, it was definitely worth the $5.99. But in terms of replay value, I would not say that. Let me give you an example. The post-COVID specials. People, the post-COVID specials, it will go down, like, in my estimation, it will go down as one of the greatest pieces of comedy, and will be taught at schools or taught in programs that teach you comedy, if there are programs like that. Okay, let me just give you one example. Okay, and no, I'm not going to use clips from the show. No. Okay, this is just a direct camera recording. Okay, and it's a one take. The scene where Eric Cartman showed up as a rabbi in front of Kyle, that scene itself was so funny, because that joke took almost 20 plus years to build up, like 22 or 23 seasons. It had 2 decades of build time. That is why every time you saw Kyle and Cartman interact, it was funny. Yes, Cartman was, like, constantly, like, being very devout as a Jew, and this kept bothering Kyle, kept bothering him, and every single time it wasn't overplayed, it was funny. Okay, another running joke that was never overplayed. Okay, go back and watch both pandemic specials. Every time someone goes back to the car, there is a new Alexa joke. Okay, that was very funny. Okay, the way they keep telling you it's the future, yeah, at some points it gets a bit overplayed, but the entire pacing of the COVID specials, it's pretty much, it's almost perfection. Like, they set you up with a premise. The premise is something we've seen as a running joke. Kenny dies. Okay, and from that they go on to solve a mystery of the murder of their friends, or of their friend, who, like, ironically enough, was very, 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 very rich. Okay, and the person that got him that wealth, that in itself was absolutely, like, it was built throughout the episode as Chaus, Victor Chaus. It was built so well until they had the name reveal. at the end of the first episode, Victor Chaos. So just things like that. Those were missing so much from Streaming Wars. Streaming Wars, yeah, they tried the Cartman implant thing. What was also nice to see that Cartman finally does not get his way, and his mom actually like gets the upper hand in the interaction, because throughout the seasons we always saw that his mom kept giving in to Cartman, and now we saw like not the reverse, but we saw what happens when Cartman's mom stops giving in to Cartman. Okay, and this sort of reminds me of that Caesar Milan episode, which is also very funny. But anyways, Streaming Wars it's worth the watch if you are a South Park fan, but nothing close to the post-coverage specials. Anyways, those are my quick thoughts. Let me know what you thought about the post-coverage specials and Streaming Wars in the comment section below. And as always, hit that like, subscribe, bell notification buttons. In terms of my new content, I'm pushing hard to finish my big project. My next one is the Resident Evil Degeneration review. After that, my next big project will be comparing Code Veronica and Game of Oblivion, Darkside Chronicles. After that, I honestly want to take a break from covering Resident Evil content, because I never thought I'd get this deep into it. Listen, it's almost like a blind man joke. Blind man walks down a road, okay, and keeps walking, and then finally, after 45 minutes, realizes that blind man is too deep into a territory that he never thought he'd be in. But considering his heightened senses, blind man is realizing that blind man knows a lot about this territory. Unintentionally. That's where I'm finding myself with the Resident Evil content. Unintentionally, I'm starting to find too much. So I'm going to pull back. Maybe if I get a request, I'm going to do a Damnation review. If you want me to cover Infinite Darkness, I'm sorry. I might have to set up a Patreon page, and you guys might have to pay me for that, because I am not covering Infinite Darkness until someone pays me for it. But yeah, and my voice acting from Naruto, and there's a bit of a bonus. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, because today's Friday, so I'm probably going to do that Saturday. So keep an eye out for that as well, and just leave your comments in the comment section below. Hit that like, subscribe, bell notification button. This is your boy Tanveer Side, the Bengal Dragon, signing out.